So equivalent topology. So concept of equivalent topology. So here we are going to learn about equivalent norms. So what is the equivalent norms? So suppose X is a linear space, then you already know that there are many norms. For example, on R2, we can define many norms, right? One norm, two norm, three norm, in general, P norm. So P is greater than or equal to 1. It defines a, for every P real number greater than or equal to 1, it defines a norm. So P norm. So there are infinitely many norms on a norm linear space. So when we say that two norms are equivalent, so that is a fundamental question. Okay. So the two topologies are said to be the two norms are said to be equivalent, okay, if they generate the same topology on the linear space X, because every norm linear space is a metric space, and you know that every metric space is a Hausdorff space. Hausdorff space means is a particular type of topological space in which every 2 point had disjoint neighborhoods, is not it? Okay. So in today's lecture, we will learn about equivalent norms. So basically, on a linear space, we can define infinitely many norms. So two norms are said to be equivalent if and only if they generate the same topology on X. So why I'm saying the same topology on X, you have now understood what is the reason. So before that, let us learn about the geometry of norm linear spaces. What do you mean by geometry? Geometry means we are going to study the open balls, basically the open unit balls or closed unit balls. So how they look like in R2, I can see at least. In R3, we can see. Okay. So for example, how it looks in R3. Okay. So let us start with geometry of norm linear spaces. Okay. So what is the geometry of norm linear spaces? Yeah, it is something I have written wrong. Okay. So I can just make it correct. Yeah. So geometry, sorry for this, geometry of norm linear. Okay. So basically suppose X comma norm is a norm linear space. Okay. So what do you mean by the open ball? BXR means this is an open ball with center X and radius R. So basically it is defined like this. It is a set all the elements Y in X such that the distance of Y from the center X is less than the radius R. Is not it? So this is a ball. So how will it look like in R2? We will see. And what is the closed ball? So closed ball is actually BXR. So I will not write like this. I will write like this. BXR like this. Okay. X comma R is equal to, right? It is defined like this. Okay. All the elements Y in X such that norm of Y minus X is less than R equal to R. Okay. And this is nothing but actually this is the closure of the open ball. Okay. If you take the closure of this open ball, then it is closed ball with center X and radius R. Okay. So let us see how they look like in R2. Okay. So for example, if we are here, suppose we are considering, for example, if you consider X is equal to R2, right? That is the linear space R2 over R with pointwise addition and pointwise scalar multiplication. And suppose X is any vector here, X1, X2. Then what is the meaning of these things? Norm X. One norm. You know, it is defined like this. Absolute value of X1 plus absolute value of X2. Right? Similarly, what is the norm 2? So norm 2 is defined like this. absolute value of x1 square plus absolute value of x2 square whole to the power 1 by 2. Is not it? Or just x1 square plus x2 because these are real numbers. Okay. So in place of absolute value, you directly can write x1 square. For the complex, mod is necessary. Okay. So for the this one, okay. So this is 1, 2. And third is that in general, x the p norm. So how to define p norm? So you know that absolute value of x1 to the power p plus absolute value of x2 whole to the power p and then whole to the power 1 by p. And this is for all p bigger than or equal to 1, right? This defines the norm, you know very well. And the fourth one, if you consider infinite norm, so already we have seen that the infinite norm is nothing but just limiting case of p norm, is not it? So this is the limiting case of p norm, comma, mod of x, absolute value of x. So which one is bigger? We will take that one. So that is the norm, infinite norm. So how the closed ball will look in R2. So let us observe closed balls. Of course, closed unit balls in R2. Okay. So closed unit balls in R2 means center is origin and radius is R. Center is origin and radius is R. Okay. Fine. So the concepts are clear to everyone or not? What I am saying is clear to everyone? अभी तक जो बता रहा हूं समझ में आ तो रहा है ना? ऐसा कुछ तो नहीं, नया तो कुछ नहीं बताया अभी, ठीक है? हाँ, okay, thank you. So let us learn about the closed unit balls in R2. Closed unit ball means center is origin and radius is 1. Okay. Let us see how will they look. Okay. For a moment, let us see this one. So let us this as let's see this as x-axis. Okay. So I just take this one. Fine. Okay. And suppose this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis, right? And let us take this as 1. This is 1 here. This is 1 here. This is 1 here. And let us take first 2 norm. Okay. So how the 2 norm? 2 norm means x1 square plus x2 square is equal to 1. Is not it? So x1 square plus x2 square is equal to 1. So this is a circle, right? So let us make the circle first. Okay. Okay. So this will look like this. So I hope it is approximate to circle. Okay, fine. So this is actually, what is this? This actually defines one norm, 2 norms. So that is norm x2 is 1. Norm x2 is 1 means x1 square plus x2 square is equal to 1. And you know very well that is it's a circle, right? Similarly, if you take x3 is 1, okay? So it will be some bigger. Okay, what is the x1 is equal to 1? So mod x1 is 1 means, you see this, what is the mod x1? Mod x1 means norm x1 means mod x1 plus mod x2. Okay. So basically mod x1 plus mod x2, when x1 and x2 both are positive, then it is an equation x1 plus x2 is equal to 1. Is not it? So let me first make, then I will clarify why this is happening. Okay. So let us choose this one. Okay, fine. So this is actually, what is this? This is going to define norm x1 is 1. Okay. And similarly this, and similarly this. Okay. So the boundary and interior of this green region. Okay. I'm sorry for that. Boundary and interior of this green region. Okay. green region is nothing but is this one the unit ball x1. Actually, if you take both x1 positive and x2 positive, then it will be x1 plus x2 is equal to 1, is not it? Because this is the point 1 comma 0, this is the 0 comma 1. So you know this is the equation of x1 upon 1 plus x2 upon 1 is 1. So it passes through 1 0 and 0 1. So this is the point 1 0 and this is the point 0 1. Similarly, you can write this equation, you can write this equation, this equation. So interior of the green region is the unit circle with respect to one norm. Interior of the circle and the boundary is the closed unit ball with respect to two norm. Okay, and so on. And if you take for a moment, suppose norm 3 is 1. So suppose what is the 3 norm? So that is, let us write first. What is the 3 norm? Okay, that is norm x3 is 1. Then what will be this one? I'm sorry, this is not. I have to choose this. Okay. So what is the norm 3? Okay, let us make this. So norm x3 is 1. So what will be this one? Actually, this will be bigger than circle. Okay. Yeah, like this. Okay, so this is a circle because I'm making it from pen, so it is not very clear. But if this is one, okay, so this red one is x3, norm x3 is 1. So that is the boundary and the interior of this one. So finally, let us look at the norm x infinity is 1. So norm x infinity is 1 means maximum of mod x1 or mod x2, maximum of absolute value of mod x1 or mod x2 is 1. So this will be the equation of line. If suppose x2 is 1, then x2 is 1 means this one, right? So I will choose another pen for this. I will prefer this light. Okay. So this. Sorry, it is taking too much time actually, no? So this. Fine. Similarly, this outer this, okay, and then this one here, and then you look at the boundary here. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Here. So this one and down one means this is a square. So this is this uh, lighter one is norm x infinity is 1. Okay. So norm x infinity 1 means the closed unit ball with respect to infinite norm is the boundary and the interior of this point. So this is your origin 0 0 and this is 1 0, you know that. This is the 0 1, you know that, and so on. So basically what is going to happen? So we have actually what we have that the open ball or closed ball, whatever you take, the closed ball B01 or open ball with norm 1, okay, is nothing but just denoted by B1 is proper subset of B2, is proper subset of B3, is proper subset of B4, and so on, and it's proper subset of B infinity. Okay, and all these are the convex sets. All these are convex set. What is the meaning of convex set? I will just define convex sets. Okay, so all these are convex sets. What is a convex set? Before that, let us construct some more complicated norms on R2. For example, let me take another page. A constructive norm on R2 is defined like this. Suppose X is any vector, and let us define norm of X like this. How it is defined? It's defined like this. That is mod x1 square plus mod means absolute value x2 square whole to the power half. If and only if the product of x1 and x2 is bigger than or equal to 0, and max of mod x1 absolute value of x1 absolute value of x2, if and only if x1 into x2 the product is less than or equal to 0. So you can see that these functions are actually defines a function of two variables. If you see this as a function from R2 to R, then it is a function of two variables, right? Isn't it? So this is a function of two variables. So you need to verify the four axioms, the four properties of the norm. So you will check that whether these four properties are satisfied or not. So clearly it is satisfied, because if x1 x2 is bigger than or equal to 0, then it is norm 2. And if x1 x2 is less than or equal to 0, then it is norm 1. Then what do you see? You see that both, either this you consider x1 x2 bigger than or equal to 0, or you consider x1 x2 less than or equal to 0. In all the cases, this is norm 2 and this is norm 1. Okay, this is norm infinity. So both are because norm, so you can verify all the properties of norm are satisfied, all the four properties. So easy to verify, but it is an exercise for you. Okay, so verify that. This is an exercise for you. Okay, verify this defines a norm on R2. Let me write another norm and another function, norm function, or just a function. You have to decide whether it is a norm or not. For example, let us write, okay, this is a question. Suppose for x is equal to x1 and x2, let us take norm x is like this. What is that? Like this means let us take mod x1 plus mod x2 if x1 and x2 both are bigger than 0. Both are bigger than 0. Yeah, just I am writing like this, bigger than or equal to. And x1 square plus x2 square by whole to the power half whenever x1 product x2 is less than or equal to 0. If we draw this picture for this one, what is going to be see? Let us draw the picture of this one. Okay, on the next page. So we are going to draw the picture of this one. Fine. Okay. So what is going to happen? You see this one. Okay, and let us see this. Right. Okay. So this is one. I'm sorry. Okay, this is one, and this is one, and this is one, and this is one. Okay. So when x1 and x2 product is bigger than or equal to 0, then product is 0 means either both are positive or both are negative. So if both are positive, then in one norm you already have seen what is the diagram. The diagram was like this. Okay, so diagram was like this. And if x1 x2 both are negative, then one norm, so then product is bigger than or equal to 0, so the diagram will be like this. Okay, yes. And for x1 x2 less than or equal to 0, so this is the quadrant and this is the quadrant. Okay, and then you need to draw the circular portion here. So this is the circular portion, and here also the circular portion. Okay, so this is the circular portion. Okay, so this is actually the part of the circle. If you complete this circle, so what you are going to see, if you see this set is convex. The whole region is convex. Okay. If you consider this portion, then this whole region is a convex set. Okay. So this region is actually a convex set. So that's why this defines a norm. So there is actually a theorem. What is the theorem? Theorem says that. So this is a very small result, but very important. So first of all, let me define what is a convex set. Okay. So for that, let M be a subset of a norm linear space X comma norm. This is a norm linear space. Okay. Then, I'm sorry, that is the problem here. Okay. Sorry for this. Suppose X comma norm is a norm linear space. So do not take the norm also. No need to take the norm. Okay. Sorry. So what is this? What is X? X is a linear space. Okay. X is a linear space. Okay. Then M is said to be convex. Convex set if geometrically in R2 this set is convex. Meaning is if you take any 2 points in the set, the line segment joining the 2 points is also in the set. So this is your set here. So meaning is lambda x plus 1 minus lambda y belongs to the set M for every x comma y belongs to M, and for every lambda belonging to the closed interval 0 1. Okay, means lambda either is 0 or 1. If lambda is 0, for a moment, suppose this is the point x and this is the point y, then if you take lambda is 0, then it is the point y. If you take lambda is 1, then point is x. Okay, so this is the concept. So in between, if lambda is 1 by 2, then it is the x plus y by 2, so it is a middle point here somewhere, right? So somewhere here, middle point of that. Okay, take lambda is equal to 1 by 3, then x 1 by 3 plus 2 by 3y, so it will be some 1/3 there. So likewise, so all the points will be covered. So this is actually equation of a line, equation of line segment, right? So all the point on line segment will be attained if you consider all the lambda between 0 and 1. Okay, fine. So when we say that a set is convex, whenever the line segment joining any 2 points entirely lies in that set. So that is the meaning of convex set. So here you observe that this set is convex, is not it? If we observe that this set is convex. So because this set is convex, that means there is a theorem. What is the theorem? In a non-linear space, every closed unit ball is convex. Every open unit ball is a convex. Every ball is a convex, in fact. So that is the theorem. So let me go to the next page. Okay, so what is the small result? So this small result says that in a non-linear space, say x comma norm, closed unit ball or open unit ball, no problem. Open ball, a closed or open ball, BXR is a convex set. Is a convex set. So that's ball are convex sets. Are convex sets. Okay. are convex sets. Fine. So this is a theorem. So proof is up to you. So you can verify. In general, this is a remark. This one geometrically in R, if f is a function from R to R, okay, then we say that this function is convex on its domain if and only if the graph of function look like this. Meaning is that the graph of the function is such that the AP graph means the upper portion of this graph, right? In simple words, you can say if the AP graph is convex, then it is convex. So mathematically, the formulation is like this. So mathematical formulation is like this. Okay. So a function f, okay, from x comma norm to R is convex if and only if f of lambda x plus 1 minus lambda y is less than or equal to lambda f of x plus 1 minus lambda f of y. And this must be true for every x, y in the domain of f. That is for every x, y belongs to domain f. So because I don't know whether f is defined on all of x or not. If it is defined on all of x, then domain f is x. Okay. So as I'm saying here, f maps x means f is defined on all of x. Okay. Anyway, and for all lambda in the closed interval 0, 1. Okay. So this is the mathematical formulation. So you can verify the closed balls and open balls are convex sets, and this norm function is actually a convex function on the norm linear space. Okay, fine. Right. So let us now learn equivalent norms. So what do we mean by equivalent norms? So this is actually definition first of all. Let X be a linear space then X can be made into two non-linear spaces. Two non-linear spaces, right? Two non-linear spaces. Say under one norm and two norm. Okay, say under one norm and two norm. Then the non-linear spaces, the norms 1 and 2 are said to be, of course, on X, okay, on X are said to be equivalent if and only if they generate the same topology on X. They generate the same topology. On X. Okay. So this is actually a result. What is the result? Sometimes also used as the definition. What is that? What is that? That is the two non-linear spaces, norm 1 and norm 2. Okay, so let me write precisely. I am here. Okay, so let x comma 1 norm and x comma 2 norm. B, two norm linear spaces, two norm linear spaces. Of course, the linear space is same. The linear space x both in both the norm linear spaces are same. What is the change? Change is one norm and two norm. So in one norm linear space, norm is 1. In another norm linear space, norm is 2. But the linear space is same. Okay. So algebraic structure is same, but the topological structure need not be same. So be two norm linear spaces. Then norm 1 and norm 2 are equivalent if and only if there exists okay, there exists fine. If there exists positive real numbers A and B such that A norm x1 is less than or equal to norm 2 is less than or equal to B norm x1 for every x in the linear space x. Okay, for every linear space x. Okay, this is the definition. So this is an exercise. You prove this. Okay, I'm not going to prove. So in the next class, I hope you will come with this proof and tell me what you did. Okay. So what is the proof? Proof is actually you need to show that what you have to show. You have to show that if this condition is given, the topologies are same. Topologies are same means the open balls, whatever the open balls with respect to one norm is, they are also open in norm 2. And whatever the open balls are in norm 2 are also open balls in norm 1. In other words, two topologies are same if and only if the all the open balls of one topology is also the open balls of another topology. Meaning is that, for example, what I'm saying, meaning is that suppose hint. What is the hint? Hint is that suppose under one norm the topological space is T1, that is set of all the open sets in one norm, and this is the T2, that is the set of collection of all the open sets with respect to two norm. So you need to show that T1 is the same as T2. So how it is possible? In one place, on one hand you need to show that T1 is contained in T2, and on the other hand you need to show that T2 is contained in T1, so that T1 is equal to T2. Meaning is that every open ball in one norm is every open set in one norm is also open in two norm. Every open set in two norm is also open set in one norm. And in this way you have shown, you can show that T1 is equal to T2. So I hope you have understood what is the meaning of equivalent norms, right? Okay.